Hi everyone, my name's Lisa Maddock. I am a mom of four. I live in Troy, Missouri, and I just wanted to make a video to express a little bit of my journey that I have had through anxiety, depression, and how God has helped me overcome this huge obstacle in my life. So I just want to kind of bring you back to the beginning. So really, I don't ever remember being without the Lord. Like, Jesus was always in my heart. I remember praying when I was really little, and he was just always there for me, which was a good thing because I experienced a lot of trauma growing up. When I was in second grade, we had a house fire. My mom and dad got divorced, and I got a new stepdad pretty quick, right there all around the same time. And it was really dramatic for me. I remember being really sad, not talking a lot, and I actually was held back and had to repeat second grade because of this. I just was so emotionally upset about it. Life kind of stabilized, but my stepdad was really young. He was a younger guy than my mom. He eventually left, and that shifted my life again. So around seventh grade, my mom moved us from Wisconsin to Florida. And that was a huge transition, very big cultural change for me. And I really had a hard time with this transition. And all through these years, I always remember being anxious, nervous, upset, overly emotional about things. I just was always kind of labeled the sensitive one. But growing up in Florida was tough. It was tough. My mom had a tough time, with her own personal life. She got married 2 more times to the same man. There was just a lot going on. I got into substance abuse early in my years, was a regular smoker by the time I was like 14 or 15 years old. And that was really what I used to kind of numb my feelings. My mom moved us again, and it was in a different high school again, and same, area, Florida, but it was a different area in Florida, and I really needed to just get done with school at that point. So I found an alternative high school. I went 2 hours a day and I worked, and then I actually finished school a year early and graduated. That same weekend I graduated. I moved out with my now husband, and I was only 17 years old. So started life young, really young. We bought our first home before I could even turn 18 and be legal. We bought our first home together and started our life. We went to school. I went to school to be a Montessori teacher, and I worked in early education. My husband's a union electrician, and, things were going okay, I guess, except for, we really had a lot of substance abuse issues, and that was really how we kind of hung out together. And things really shifted up when I had my first baby, Madeline. I was 23 years old, and that's when I really came back to the Lord and got clean and just really rededicated my life to him. And that's when, actually around the same time, God moved us from Florida to Missouri. My husband is an electrician. There was no union in the South. And so he got a job. His uncle found him a job. His family is originally from St. Louis, so that's where that came in. And they've been down in Florida for 30 plus years. So we got the job, we found the house, but then we found St. Louis Family Church. And that has been our foundational piece for our lives and for, our marriage, and to help us stabilize as a family. And so that's where our foundation has been. I went on to have a second baby, Savannah, who's 16 now, and actually really fell apart physically after I had her. She was about a year old, and I just got really, really sick. I could not hold my food down. I had serious digestive issues. I was seeing all kinds of specialists. They couldn't tell me what was wrong with me. We had just moved here from Florida, and it was just a really scary time. We didn't know what to do. You're seeing doctors thinking you're going to get help, and I really wasn't getting help. So that's when Juice Plus came into my life. Another mother who is a stranger to me, our daughters did dance together. she asked me if I'd ever heard of Juice Plus, and it totally made sense to me. I signed up right then and there on everything. And actually, the complete shakes were the big game changer for me because I could actually start holding down my food by consuming the shakes. And so really what I found out through my health journey is that I was undiagnosed. So they didn't really know what was wrong with me, but they diagnosed me with lupus, Graves' disease, irritable bowel, pernicious anemia, anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress. So all of these things, I didn't even know what was going on in my body. So I was able to address it through the years. And I now live symptom-free from all those diseases because of my lifestyle. Juice Plus has been a huge foundation for that, and being in the field has helped me understand the body because I actually got involved with the company. I really just started sharing this naturally with people. And that's when I got kind of involved with the company. My husband and I went to our first conference, and it really resonated with me. I saw the leadership, I saw the integrity, I saw that this was a solid opportunity. I saw that this was a solid opportunity for us to grab a hold of as a family, and that's what I've done. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 19 years, and I've been growing this health and nutrition business. But it has not been easy for me. It's been extremely, actually painful. And I really suffered in silence for the first 10 years of growing my business. You go through a lot of personal growth, and I had to sift through my background, my childhood, things that I didn't address, things that I wasn't aware of, personal development. And I really suffered at trainings that we went to. We travel twice a year for conferences, and I really suffered through those, having panic attacks frequently. I would then get physically ill. I actually had a trigger happen through one of my distributors that kind of triggered some old feelings that I had from my childhood. And it caused me to really act in a way that wasn't aligned with my core values, and had to go through some therapy on that. That was a really kind of a scary time. Also, during this growth in my Juice Plus business, I lost my aunt, Linda. She was someone who really helped me through my anxiety, depression journey. You know, she helped me understand that this was kind of something that ran in our family, that this was something you could address with medicine. You know, and she just helped me understand things. She was just really there for me. She actually suffered and overcame a mood disorder, a chronic depression mood disorder. And she got sick and died of pancreatic cancer. And she really was a mom to me. And in fact, throughout my years of growing up, I always just kind of had this faith that, you know, if anything ever happened, my Uncle Donnie and Aunt Linda would get me out of it. They would help me. And now this big pillar, this safeguard in my life was gone. And it was a really hard time. And especially being in the field of prevention, you know, you're always hearing about health and cancer and, you know, how to prevent it. And I felt like I had tools to help her, but I couldn't help her. I couldn't save her. And it really hurt. It hurt to be in that position. And during this time, I had a team member of mine go all the way to the top of the company. I mean, just run past me. She is a wonderful friend. She's a pastor's wife, and it was her time. It was her time to go and her time to succeed. And during that time, it just was it was difficult for me. Lots of growth in anxiety, depression, lots of growth in overcoming who I am and what I want to be and where I want to go. And I really feel like God has used this business opportunity as a tool to heal me from the inside out because of the personal growth that we get to have. And because of the foundational nutritional element of just healing and learning about healing, I've been able to really reverse this. And even though I still have symptoms of this, I am wired in a certain way. You know, I just feel like God created me that way, and I've learned to embrace it and love those pieces of me. But it's still there. There's still threads of anxiety, depression, even a little bit of bipolar where I can go up real high and then I can go low. You know, I can really drop down. So there's things that I have to do, you know, my Bible studies, my word, my worship. I do essential oils. My fitness is really important to me. Of course, my Juice Plus and the way that I eat is a huge part. And just being on that helper's high of helping other people overcome things that I've had to do over a long period of time, over decades of my life. You know, I'm 42 years old and I'm just now getting victory in these areas that I've struggled in all of my life. It was really challenging raising my kids and realizing their difference in their life, seeing the difference in their life and the stark realities of what I didn't really receive growing up. It's been challenging in that area, but praise the Lord. God has just worked all of this out for his glory. And now my hope is to help other people not have to suffer and go through what I've had to go through, but really condense their time, you know, make it a smaller sort of time, a shortened time that they can get help and, you know, speed track them through the nutritional curve and speed track them through, you know, the wellness, the mindset and the tools that I've used to help me over the years. So that's my goal in this story, is really to share my heart and what it's been for me, but also just as a cry of message. Like if there's anybody, if you're listening to this and you know someone that struggles in this area, you know, please let me connect with them so that I can serve them and I can help them in their journey so they don't have to figure it all out on their own. So yes, that's what the plea of my heart is. So God bless you. Thank you for listening. And I hope to help you or any of your friends and family. God bless.